Both Superstock Reunion promoter Frank Spittle and Superstock Drag Illustrated magazine have gone to great lengths to make sure that the motorcycle racers who have pioneered this sport indeed remain recognized at each and every Superstock reunion. And this year is no exception. One of the single most remarkable motorcycles that had ever graced the sport in its era, the mid-1970s model of Oklahoman Marion Owens, a twin-engine Harley-Davidson that indeed dominated the scene back in the mid-1970s. Now, not only did this motorcycle win the NHRA U.S. Nationals in 1977, it also won what at the time was the largest single gathering of motorcycles each year in the summer during an event in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Marion Owens dominated that event as well. But this was one of the last of the really seriously competitive multi-engine Harley-Davidsons. But it still flies even with his son Bruce at the handlebars. Marion, for a modern-day fan to look at this motorcycle compared to the current bikes with all their aerodynamic tricks and every other goodie available, these things were so stark, it's not even funny. They were really nothing more than a motorized pair of wheels with somebody steering it.
That's right.
Now, what didn't you build on this bike?
We built pretty much everything. Cylinder heads are still Harley, and most all the cases and cylinders and everything's all been.
And I should point out that this was all handmade stuff by you at your shop.
Right.
Now, when did Bruce become involved with the operation?
Oh, he's been kind of off and on for 4 or 5 years. He rode it a little bit before he had his accident. He had a street wreck and got his hip kind of screwed up, and then he set this bike up, this chassis. He built this chassis himself. He set it up so he could ride it, and it narrowed up the seat area a lot from where we had the old bike.
Is there ever a hope in the future, at least with supercharging, of a Harley-Davidson being competitive in top fuel again?
I think so. There's a lot better parts than we ever had when we were competing on a regular basis.
It's got to please you, though, to see the amount of media attention that motorcycle racing is finally receiving.
Oh, yeah, it's just, you know, the popularity of just the Harleys themselves makes a lot better sponsorship proposals and stuff because, you know, everybody, I mean, you look at on TV and all the, you know, everybody that's anybody's got a Harley anymore, and it's kind of a status quo. Well, we never looked at it that way. We just used them for transportation and racing.